Our next guest is the 2021 Scripps National Spelling Bee winner. She's 15 years old and hails from New Orleans, Louisiana. Please welcome Zaila Avant-garde to the South by Southwest studio. So 15, I mean, is there anything that you're not amazing at? Because I was looking at all your achievements, including, I was watching you dribble like 5 basketballs at once on a video.
Yeah.
Wow, how much do you got to practice that?
Actually not much nowadays. When I was a kid, I used to practice it for like 2 or 3 hours a day. But actually nowadays, since I have it, it's something that I don't actually practice that much, like 30 minutes maybe, something like that.
You just naturally
did. At this point, it's more about coming up with ideas than because I can physically do it now.
That's fantastic. You're gonna have to teach me how to do that. I wasn't really born with natural abilities, so it's gonna take practice.
I have a price.
You have a price?
Yes.
What's your price?
We'll talk about this later.
Oh my gosh, I'll get my agent involved. All right, so you won the 2021 Scripps National Spelling Bee, the first African American to win the title in 93 years. Yeah. You've described your life as hectic in the months that followed. Now things have sunk in a little bit. What have been some of your favorite moments? And did you stay in touch with the other kids in the spelling bee?
Oh, I've definitely been due to the typically spelling bee kids are able to stay in touch, but that's because they actually interact with each other more in the spelling bee situation. Obviously, because of my experience with it being partially held digitally, I didn't have quite that opportunity to make those connections. But I'm definitely keeping tabs on them. I don't know if they're keeping tabs on me, but I'm definitely keeping tabs on some of my fellow former spellers.
I have a feeling they're keeping tabs on you as well. You are the main competition now. You're the winner, right? Do you think that your life has changed? Are you back to a more normal you're not in middle school, you're in high school, right?
Yeah. High school, the wild years.
Yeah. What's your mascot?
My mascot is my 3-year-old brother. I'm homeschooled, so my mascot.
Yeah.
He's a little hard to rein in and get him to do specific things, but you know, he works well for us.
Yeah, like a wildcat.
Yeah, wildcat.
Yeah. Okay. So talk about how you see words as a story and not just a sequence of letters. How does that process help you memorize words?
The way that I'm able to help me remember words is because of my stories. It's basically like if I know a story behind the word, it's basically making it fun. Like the way every kid will want to count dinosaurs as opposed to beads. And for me, if there's a story behind the word, I remember that story because I'm really big into history and mythology and that type of stuff. And so if I know the story, it just makes it easier for me to remember it.
Could you give me an example? Because I'm going to try this. Like, what's a word that you have? Give me a word with a story that maybe you used at the spelling bee.
This is the word I think about the most, but this isn't a word I got in the spelling bee. It was calusar. It's C-A-L-U-S-A-R, and it's like this Romanian dance that like done in fierce, that men in the brotherhood do, like fierce mascot battle. And for some reason, I've always remembered that story, so to speak, just because the imagery of a bunch of brothers fiercely battling each other appeals to me. And so that's an example of how, even though calusar is a somewhat tough word, I will never forget it just because of my story behind it.
Wait, so you have a story for every word?
Not every word, but many.
Wow, that's brilliant. That's a great device. So you're here at South by Southwest EDU to talk about the evolution of the spelling bee. As someone who's been through that process, what changes would you like to see implemented? And if you ran the spelling bee yourself, what would you do differently?
I think the main changes I would like to see is more to see more girls and minorities participating. Even though girls is actually not so much a problem. With my win, it's tied now as boys and girls. Yeah. But I definitely like to see more minorities participate. There are not many, if any really, a large amount of Hispanic and African Americans participating in the spelling bee, and I definitely like to see programs to help with that, because the reason for it it's not because we're not interested, it's because we don't have the money for tutors, we don't have the money for special programs and stuff, and I'd like to see some changes to that. So if I was in running the spelling bee, that's what I would do, like provide free programs and stuff for that.
I have a feeling someday you're going to be running the world, so maybe this can happen for us.
Okay.
You're also in the Guinness Book of World Records for your basketball skills. How's your basketball team doing this year, and how would you judge your game these days?
Okay, so currently I'm not on a team right now. I will be playing summer basketball. My skills myself right now,
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm coming off an injury, so I'm just revving back up. I have a bum knee, but I'm revving back up. And so you guys can check back in.
I think we will. I'm going to keep tabs on you because I have a feeling that you're going to be doing some great things.
Yeah.
Do you think playing sports helps kids with academics, and how do you strike a balance?
Yeah, definitely. I think sports helps with academics just because, you know, I'm sure you had that experience after you've been in school for 5 hours or something, and it's recess time and you go run out and you play sports possibly or run around or something like that. And I think sports just in general is a wonderful energy release. That's actually how I myself discovered basketball, was because it was a sports, an energy release, because I was super energetic. So I think it helps, like sometimes just even if you try to make it as fun as possible, sometimes sitting at a table practicing writing the letter A, that's not quite what a 5-year-old wants to do.
Yeah.
Energy. And I think sports helps with that. And also it helps because you're learning principles, like learning how to just sit down and, not literally, but sit down and work hard at something also helps with academics.
I mean, that resilience and practicing, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. You got to practice basketball, you still got to practice words, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also the endorphin rush that comes.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, it's got to keep you a lot more balanced.
It must.
Yeah. So, do you see like a career future for you? Is there something that you're striving for?
Oh yes, definitely. I want to play college basketball at Harvard and then go to the WNBA, and then I want to be an NBA head coach. And then I want to possibly work for NASA.
I think all of those things are achievable.
I think so too.
Would you live on Mars?
Oh, that's my plan actually. I want to be one of the first people to live on Mars.
I mean, it takes about 2 years to get there, right? So we could figure out how to do that while you are coaching the WNBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's time. There's
Yeah.
time for our technology to catch up to your aspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does your family feel about you doing all of these amazing things?
I think they're really excited. I mean, my whole family, this is a whole family thing. Like, everybody in my family, close immediate family, was involved in this, cheering me on and stuff, from my grandparents to my parents to my siblings. And so I think that they're really happy that something that they sacrificed a lot and put a lot of themselves into turned out the best way it could have.
I mean, are any of your family champion spellers?
No.
Basketball players?
My father says he was good, but I have no video proof of that.
Well, I mean, when was your dad born? There might not be video proof. I don't have any video proof of anything I was good at as a kid.
Whatever. He was born in 1984. He should have like a VHS tape or something.
What do you play it on? Nobody's got VHS players anymore.
Listen, I don't know much about anything but TVs and Hey Alexa.
Yeah. I think my daughter has the same thing going on right now. Are you on TikTok or anything like that?
No, I don't do TikTok. I just don't. I'm not quite that type of person to go out. I'm a bit shy for stuff like that, and
I'm not feeling shy right here. You won the spelling bee. You have a world record.
I don't know. Like, I can't even do a boomerang right.
I can't either. Wow, this is so exciting getting to talk to you, because I was in my own spelling bee in the 4th grade just for our class.
Cool.
And I misspelled a word. Let me see would you try to spell it for me and see if you can do it?
Yeah.
Okay, sesquipedalian.
Oh, I can see how you got out on that word. That's a tough one.
Do you know this one?
Yeah, SEXQUIPEDALIAN.
I will never forget that, because that is the word that I missed. By the way, if you guys are interested, that means really long word, so it's kind of a silly word. That's a long word, and it is the word for itself.
And how did you misspell it?
Oh, I put an E where an I should be, and I didn't get to go to the ice cream party.
Ice cream party?
Yeah, we got an ice cream party. It was very traumatic for me. So the spelling bee I watch now, and I am very jealous that you have these skills. Maybe I need to learn that story trick.
Yeah, maybe.
So how has your South by Southwest been going?
Oh, it's been going really well. I was earlier today. I was on a panel discussing the evolution of the spelling bee with J. Michael Durno, the executive director, and I also had another interview with PBS the kids, like the teenagers in high school and stuff, like PBS student, and today's been really exciting.
How's your life changed since you won?
It's changed a lot. Before I won, I didn't do stuff like come out to South by Southwest and stuff. Though I'm still learning, by the way. The South by Southwest, my image of it was like crazy people dancing to crazy music. I'm learning now that this is, I guess I'm in South by Southwest education.
Which is a bunch of smart people talking about a bunch of smart things. But if you stay up late enough, I think all those smart people are probably doing that. Just a couple streets down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So maybe when you're a little older, you can join the...
I'm 21.
I already know. It's in my notes. You're 15.
Well, I told the bouncer I was 21.
You are advanced for your age in many, many ways.
Yeah.
What's your favorite word to spell?
My favorite word is Taluk Chandrawasi.
What? What is that?
I think it's like a place, like somewhere near, what's it called again? Near Java, I believe. Indonesia is what I'm trying to think of. It's spelled TELUKCENDERAWASIH.
Okay, you can spell that faster than I can visualize the letters. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a tough word. I got it wrong in the spelling bee.
So it stays with you forever, right?
Well, yeah, I ended up winning that spelling bee, so it's not so hurtful. And I'm like, it's just such a hard word that it was laughable that I didn't get it right.
It's laughable that they gave it to you. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, they couldn't even pronounce it.
Wow, that was how long ago was that one?
This was like a bit over a year ago that I got that word. It was just like it was a while over a year, and everybody was like, I can't even pronounce this. It was fun.
Do you feel like in the spelling bee, because you are the first African American to win in such a long time, that you will be an inspiration for other kids because representation matters and they see you achieve this, that maybe it'll inspire the next kid?
I hope so. That's definitely one of the main things I wanted to do when I took up spelling, besides getting a nice trophy, was that I wanted to be like a motivating principal. Like I wanted to be something that young girls could look at and be like, hey, she's doing it, I can do it. So that's definitely something I wanted to do.
If there's one thing that you could leave our audience with that you want them to remember about you, what would it be?
I'm a nice kid.
You are a nice kid, and yeah. I can definitely say that you are a nice kid.
Thank you.
And a new friend of mine.
Okay.
All right, guys, it was really great to meet you. Thank you for stopping by the studio. That's it from the studio today. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Priya Parker and Baratunde Thurston on our final day of South by Southwest EDU. You can see the complete interview schedule at southbysouthwestedu.com/studio. And you can find all of our studio interviews on the South by Southwest EDU TV app, available on Apple TV, Roku, Android TV, and Amazon Fire. I'm Carrie Byron, signing off from South by Southwest. We'll see you tomorrow.